Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode. It's been a minute. I know it has. Yeah, and I've just had a lot of realizations over the last couple of weeks, like how important this podcast is. But my throat was really blocked. Um, I didn't even realize it was blocked. But now in reflection, I can see like my writing, my voice, my writing, wanting to read, wanting to write even just for myself, even creating content, just nothing was flowing. And your voice is how we express and how we communicate. I do have a Gemini sun, so very important for me to be speaking. So here I am. I am getting ready to share this episode with you, which is all about acceptance. So I had the inspiration through something I was doing this morning, and it was really like firmly receiving the message of this needs to be spoken about and this needs to be shared. So over, I am in astrology course, but it's an advanced astrology course for the remainder of the year. It started in January, it finishes the end of the year. But something that we are being encouraged to do is create a project. Now, I'm not actually going to speak about the project right now, because it's only after starting and I'm in the midst of it, but it's only like I'm only a week into it and it's after bringing up so much. But in a couple of months, I will share it all with you because even now I'm excited about where it's going to take me. Um, so my focus is on the axis of Scorpio and Taurus, and that is the axis of tantra. Scorpio is all about our shadow self, so shadow work. It's really about going into um the the death. It's about death and rebirth. But when I say going into the death, I mean like yeah, it actually means death as in dying, but death as in like going into the underworld, confronting your shadow selves, things that we do not like about ourselves, and shining a light on the shadow parts of us that we don't accept. And I always say this: once you begin to shine a light on your shadow, that's when you really begin to love and accept yourself more. And Scorpio is connected to our soul, like it's ruled by Pluto in evolutionary astrology. That's all about our soul's desires. Pluto is about our power, our soul power, not power that we take from another, but our own, like inner power, that no one can take from us. And then Taurus is all about our self-worth. It is about our value. Um, it's about our value, and it's about like loving ourselves and being self-sufficient. So the ruler of Taurus is Venus, and Venus rules both Libra and Taurus. So when people hear of Venus, they instantly think of relationships, and that's one part of Venus. That's the Libra part. But Taurus is about Venus is about the relationship to self, and that's the Taurus side of it. So, as it being on the axis of Tantra, I've been doing a lot of Tantra practices, and I don't mean like I'm not actually talking about sexual practices right now, in regards to what I'm going to be sharing. And when people hear of Tantra, they think that it's just about sex. I always get this. There's one particular friend, and she's like, "Oh, that reminds me of Sting." So Sting like having sex for like 12 hours, which is tantra, and that would be like sublimation and like sex magic. That would be used in yeah. But it's so much more than that. And it's so much more, it's not just about sex. So tantra is actually about returning to love. When I say love, I mean God. Um, it's like seeing the divine in everything and everyone. But that love as well that I was speaking about, that God love, it's about returning to love of self, and like uniting our inner masculine and inner feminine. And this is where, like, so with Tantra, it's all about like coming into union with self, with God, and like creating like this deep unconditional love for self. My throat is tickling. So yeah, I feel like I might be coughing a lot in this, and I think it's just like clearing the block that I've been having. Yeah, so Tantra is so much more than sex. So this is like, and it's all about the heart. Tantra is really about bringing awareness to our heart and opening our heart, because for a lot of us, the majority of us, like we have our hearts actually closed due to multiple things. And when we have a closed heart, it it minimizes our life experiences in ways, and we're not receptive, we're not actually open to our like soul desires, we're not open to love, we're not open to living fully, because our heart is a portal. It is a sacred portal, and it is the meeting of, it's a bridge between heaven and earth, between spirit and matter, between Shakti and Shiva. Apologies for this coughing. I feel like it's going to happen for a while. But we'll just move with it. So, yeah, so yeah, Tantra is all about us coming back to the heart. And this is where this I suppose episode has came from. So this morning, I was doing a practice. So I done some embodiment, and then I done a meditation. And it was really like focusing in on my heart, bringing awareness to my heart. And then when I bring awareness to my heart, and flooded my heart with love, it was like about noticing, like just inviting in any parts of me that need to be seen or heard. Um, so I found this part of me that was so she was struggling a lot, and she was overwhelmed, and she was angry with herself, and like the anger was because she just can't make a plan. And that's where I am at right now. I'm really struggling to plan and to create structure, which is very masculine. Um, yeah, so she was just really, really annoyed with herself and angry, and like just feeling like speaking to herself very, very shitty. And all I kept saying was like, I see you, I hear you, I recognize you. But I let her know that it's okay to be where she is at, because that's exactly where she is supposed to be. And I told her that I accept her and I love her. And I just kept repeating, I accept you. And then her starting to realize that actually where I am at, it is okay. Um, it's okay that I'm finding it difficult to make a plan, to create structure. Um, and just then it was really like just having compassion for her, which then allowed that part of me to have compassion for herself. And I was with her for about 10 minutes, but I just kept repeating the same things. I love you, I see you, I recognize you. Um, it's okay to be where you are at. And I accept you. And I kept repeating, I accept you, I accept you. And then she started repeating that, like, she eventually started accepting that this is where she's at. And this That's okay. So when I came out of it, when I finished my body, my mind felt so different. And in meditation yesterday, it came through very strongly. Acceptance is freedom. And it really made sense then today when I done that practice, acceptance is freedom, because when I came out of that practice, I wasn't focused on what I didn't have or what I couldn't do. It made me actually move from a place of lack. You know, I don't have this, I can't do this, to being grateful. Once I accepted myself, once I accepted where I was at, okay, this is where I'm at. And I am super grateful because I have multiple things. And I have multiple resources, internal resources. And that's what the acceptance is freedom. That's what I really understood from it. I was like, you're moving from a place of like lack to a place of gratitude. And when we move, it's changing the state of the frequency of where you're at. So you're moving from a place of lack to a place of gratitude. Gratitude is a higher frequency. And when we move to a higher frequency, when we begin to feel grateful for what we actually have, it's like our mind starts to change. We start to look at things differently, and we actually start to see that we actually have much more than we actually think. So that was really like, for me, that was really, really beautiful. And I in the meditation that I was doing, I wasn't trying to change anything like about what I was feeling or what I was saying. I was just letting it be. I wasn't trying to change anything, because it goes against like that's the opposite of acceptance, isn't it? Like you're trying to force, trying to change. And change is good. Like we do need to change, we need to evolve. But I think sometimes we want to be somewhere, like we have a desire, we have a vision of somewhere that we want to be, and because we're not there right now at this minute, we get like so enraged or so whatever we feel towards ourselves. But the whole thing about actually, I read this somewhere, did I read it somewhere or did I hear it somewhere? I can't remember. Anyways, but I was like, oh my God, that's actually like so true. So we make goals, and it's actually not about the goal, it's about who we become to reach that goal. I think I read it somewhere or I heard it somewhere last week on a podcast. I can't remember who it was, but I was like, oh my God, yeah, it's never about the goal, it's about who we become to reach that goal. So it made me look at things like so different. And this is where it's coming back to the acceptance is freedom. So if we are looking at our goal that's maybe like whatever way, it's 6 months down the line, or it's going to take us 6 months, whatever, and we are getting so annoyed that we can't achieve that goal or we can't reach that goal now, we are causing ourselves to feel a certain way. But once we accept ourselves, and again, like you're gonna like once you accept, you'll see like your frequency will automatically try and change, shifting from lack to gratitude. And then once you shift from gratitude, it's like, right, well, what can I do now? What do I have? What resources do I have available now? And what one thing can I do? And maybe you don't like, maybe it's like, I can't do anything now. We're accepting that. Because I think like, and I know I've been feeling this, I am 35 in a month. And there is things about my life that I've been like, I should be this, I should be that, I should have this, I should have that. But like that is so not true. Like all these expectations put onto us because we are a certain age, because of what we do, because of um anything. We're always like comparing ourselves, or we're always thinking that, oh, I should be this, I should be that, I should have this or that by a certain age. But actually all of our life paths are completely different. Not one person is supposed to is going to have to like same life path as you, the same purpose as you. Because we all came here to do life differently. We all came here to experience different things, and the journey that you are on is the journey that you are supposed to be on, and you are exactly where you need to be in that moment. And just once you just accept where you are and you have compassion for yourself and kindness towards yourself, it just changes things completely. Like even last night, like I am really doing my best to practice acceptance and compassion for myself, because like last night I was getting really, really overwhelmed with something that I didn't have the time to do. Um and I just something just came over me, and it was like, I have to meet myself where I'm at. And if I can't do something now, I can't do something now. And I will do it tomorrow. And that is okay. And once I completely like changed the way I was thinking about it, just like my energy changed. And yeah, it's just we have to meet ourselves where we are at, because like you could be someone like what like and everyone's going to be different than us, and you're going to be even compared to yourself on a different day, like yesterday, tomorrow, whatever. We are totally different each day, and we have different energy each day. Like if you are a woman, like your cycle, like due to your cycle, you will have like different amounts of energy, like each day, each week, each month. You may be someone who could be possibly like experiencing some sort of illness, and you're comparing yourself to someone who is of full health and achieving their goals. But you cannot, if you like, your health is your wealth. Like you can not go after your big vision goals if you are like moving through like an illness, and you're not going to have the energy, the motivation, the drive that you would if you were at full health. So it's really about like having compassion and acceptance for ourselves. And this is where the North Node and South Node comes in. So the North Node right now, as we speak, is in Pisces, and the South Node is in Virgo. So Pisces is all about acceptance and unconditional love and compassion. So the North Node is a part of like destiny, and it's really where, as a collective, we are being called to move towards over the next, I think there is when did it move in? I think it moved in January, or yeah, January, and what's May, and it's 18 months, so 14 months, roughly around 14 months. So we are asked to be asking to move to compassion, to unconditional love, to acceptance, compared to the South Node. So the South Node is where, as a collective, we at this moment will hold karma. And we're being asked to move from the South Node to the shadow sides of the South Node, which is perfectionism and judgment, over to the opposite of compassion, unconditional love, and acceptance. So the Virgo-ness of it is like, I want to be perfect. I judge myself or others for things they did or didn't do. And I'm a Virgo rising, so I know how much this perfectionism and this need to be perfect and to have your shit together. And the North Node in Pisces is all about surrender and trust. So wherever you are at right now, you are supposed to be. And whether that is what you consider good, bad, right, wrong, indifferent, how can you, like, if you accept that you are exactly where you need to be in this moment, you begin to trust your path because you are divinely guided. You begin to trust source because God's plan is far greater than yours. Yeah, so let me see. I felt like really, really called to share that little message of acceptance. And you know what? Yeah, it was my first podcast in a while, in a minute. But I do have plans to do more and make it a priority. Well, again, we're gonna accept. Where am I? So I actually feel like this was just a short and sweet episode, and I'm going to accept that. I'm not going to try and force anything. I just really wanted to share this message with you, and it's really actually after helping me unblock my voice. So thank you to whoever listens. No more itchy scratchiness the way it was at the start. So I love you and I leave you, and I hope you get to enjoy the sun, or you get to just enjoy a bit of your day whenever you are listening to this. So I shall speak to you soon, everyone.